Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Music Lab podcast. My name is Dogg, and I am so excited to be back with all of you for another album review. Today, we are going to be reviewing the latest album from New Orleans' own The Revivalists. Ladies and gentlemen, I have liked the Revivalists since they started in 2007. So going on 16 years now. This is their fifth studio album. They are now an 8-piece band. And like I said, they started in 2007 after and during the rebuild from Hurricane Katrina. They played their first show at Checkpoint Charlie's in New Orleans and had a weekly gig at Tipitina's and would play 150 dates a year as they started out as a band. They have opened up for the Rolling Stones. They have sold out 2 nights at Red Rocks in Colorado. They recorded this album in the hills of Vermont in a town called Guilford. They had a 10-minute walk to their shared house for 2 weeks as they spent time recording this album with no internet. Rich Costi produced the record, and he had previously worked with Muse, Death Cab for Cutie, and Foster the People. A band that I hope someday reaches the stardom and reach of Bruce and the E Street Band. I have seen this band live twice, last week 4 years ago in Philadelphia, and in New Orleans in 2019 at the Fillmore. So let's dive in to Pour It Out into the Night. The first song is the single that was released, I think, maybe like 3 months ago. It's called Kid. This song was actually written coincidentally on January 6th of 2021, the day of the insurrection. And the lyric, "With all the chatter, where's the truth? I find it hard to listen." That stems from their feelings about that day. It is pure pop genius with a bouncy and light feel to it and a sing-along chorus. I'm just living for the spirit now. So good. I love the guitar at the end too and the pounding drums. What a great single. And it really did kind of set the tone for what this album was going to sound like. So well done, guys, on Kid. The second single, or the second song on the album, is Don't Look Back. This song revs up and doesn't stop with the frenetic pace. I love the saxophone bursts, and that bass line is definitely the foundation. This song is going to sound great live, and I look forward to it. My favorite lyrics: I got one life to live, spread love like an oil spill, leaking like a sieve. Take less the more I give. Every day a new lesson, how to build that bridge. Love it, love it. The next song we're going to talk about is Good Old Days. And you know, this song has kind of like an 80s vibe to it, and I like the harmony in the chorus. There's kind of a almost rap kind of like verse that David does after the bridge, and I like how the song slowly picks up the pace toward the finish. According to Zach, this song was actually inspired by a day at Mardi Gras in 2018, and you can probably figure out why. Moving on, then, we have Down in the Dirt. You know, ladies and gentlemen, this song kind of feels like a Lumineers and Ray LaMontagne acoustic ditty, and I just love it. It has a Dust Bowl feel to it, and the harmonies are beautiful as the choruses just rise up musically and vocally. I love the musical bridge with the plucking of the acoustic guitar before it finishes quietly. And my favorite lyrics in this song: my mama was no angel. She was more than just a nurse. She thought it was a charity to keep us kids from getting hurt. Can't stay clean in the dirt. Life is mean on this earth. True statement, David. Which then moves us on to the long con. I'll tell you what, this song has attitude and spirit, and David just singing at his best. Again, the favorite lyrics and in the verse: people get up, get out of your cage. The ones that control you aren't turning the page. Boiling the water that's been poured on your brow is the same hot mess that we're swimming in now. And all of you racists can say what you want, but soon they'll be coming for you with more than just guns. And I pray for the day when the power of love is stronger than the knife that cuts us up. Powerful, powerful stuff. Again, a great bass line and cool guitar work as well. This song will sound amazing live with great sing-along potential for the crowd, definitely. Then that leads us to Only You, the last song of side A. We've got 12 tracks on this album, so this is the 6th song. Only You. It's got a cool vibe with an R&B feel to it, and it sounds like One Republic with inspiring lyrics again. Adult contemporary at its best, and the production is great, with the chorus really providing the foundation for this song. A highlight for the band's musical talent, and David really kind of lets this song finish. Then we move on, we flip over the vinyl to side B, and we start off with a song called Alive. David truly takes the spotlight on the beginning with just acoustic and piano as the song builds tension until he sings Alive. The song sways and waltzes throughout with cool atmospherics, and the horn section gets a turn toward the end to show off on the longest song of the album. The next song is Wait for the Sun. And if you lived in the Northeast for the past 4 days, you had to wait for the sun with all the smoke from the wildfires. Wait for the Sun, ladies and gentlemen, has a Jack Johnson feel to it that I cannot shake with this acoustic ditty once again. It's light and bouncy in its feel, and it's also the shortest song on the album. So they start off side B with the longest song, and then they follow it up with the shortest song. So I'm not sure if that was by chance or meant to be, but interesting that they did it that way. Which moves us on to When I Got You. This song rocks, and I love the beat, and it makes you just happy listening to it, and it is danceable. Best be sure Dogg will be dancing to this song. Great percussion during the bridge, and the tension builds until he yells, "I can never lose." Picking up the pace, racing toward the finish on this true banger. I love this song. That leads us to How We Move. Ladies and gentlemen, again, what a song. It revs up when he sings, "All together now rise. Everyone open your eyes. Do you realize that life is passing you by? Have you ever?" Oh, man. I love the Spanish feeling bridge with the acoustic guitar that gives the song a chance for a breather until it kicks back in with that frenetic pace. The horn section once again is spot on and lifts the song to great heights. Man, How We Move. Then that leads us to the last 2 songs on the album. We have Say Goodbye, a true piano ballad that is needed after the last 2 songs. Kind of allows you to catch your breath. My favorite lyrics on this song: "'Cause we were on fire before the mind games, before the world changed overnight. She was all mine before the hurricane, before we had a chance to say goodbye. What a beautiful, powerful, and emotional song. Wow. Which leads us to the final track on Pour It Out Into the Night. A campfire song that David sings in his head voice that sounds like outside in the New Orleans swamp with atmospherics and sounds swirling above. A definite headphones listen to appreciate all this song offers. It's also an interesting choice to end the album, but I like the direction and the chance the band took. So there you have it. 12 tracks. This New Orleans band, this 8-piece band from New Orleans, the Revivalists, this is a band that gives back to their community through a program called Rev Causes. And it tackles human topics like climate change, gun violence, and human rights. They also have a pale ale that's brewed from NOLA Brewing, named after them, called Revivalist Pale Ale. But getting back to their charitable causes, when you hear about bands that do stuff like this, it just makes you feel good, because you know what? Music is so powerful in and of itself. And when you go above and beyond that and are able to do stuff like this, it's just kudos to the band, kudos to the guys, and keep doing what you're doing. This album is great. Every time I listen to it, I like it more. So many of these songs are going to sound great live, which as a band, you want that to come out in your live performances. And I think these songs definitely provide foundations for those. My favorite tracks, it was tough, ladies and gentlemen. Down in the Dirt is going to be one of them. How We Move. And then it was a real toss-up between The Long Con and When I Got You, but I went with The Long Con. So I hope you enjoyed listening to this review and watching it as much as I did. The Revivalists, check this album out. Pour It Out Into the Night. They are on tour currently now. Go see them if they come to a city near you. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been Dogg. You have been great. This has been the Music Lab Podcast.